Hello everyone. Today I would like to share with you a few thoughts that came to me after I had this great conversation with a friend. So he's a psychiatrist and he told me something like that. It would be much easier for my clients to go through the healing process if they would follow directions, like for example 10 commandments. And he gave me two examples, and I will help myself here because I don't know them by heart in English, but he gave me two examples of two commandments. So, third commandment, he says, remember to keep holy the Lord's day. And he said, the part of this commandment is about resting. So, if you rest, then you really kind of gain your strength again, you gain focus again. And my thought about it is, yeah, it's true. You don't have to be Christian to rest, right? To follow this commandment and to kind of refocus yourself again. And he was saying it would be much easier because sometimes I see some of my clients so tired and stressed out only because they don't rest, because they are so focused on their work that their mind is all the time kind of, spinning. And second example he gave me, it's 10th commandment, you shall not covet your neighbor's goods. And he said, it's amazing that so many people suffer because of the jealousy, the envy, the I don't have this, he has that, and so on. All those feelings, all this, those passions people have. And then they are stressed out that they have to have more and so on. And, we discussed a bit about it. And I thought after that, it's amazing, simple commandments that can be helpful Christians or non-Christians, even in the psychological world. But I started to think about it, and in Poland, when we learn as a kids 10 commandments, we learn not from the first commandment, but we start with very particular words that come from the book of Exodus. So the words go like that. I am the Lord your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Why am I telling you that? Because after the conversation with my friend, I started to think about commandments and I started to recite it, just to kind of think more. But I couldn't recite from the first commandment, but I recited like I've learned as a kid. So from the beginning, from the book of Exodus. And I've realized that commandments are not about rules for me, but they are about salvation. Sometimes people, even Christians, we think we have to follow those directions. But truth is, we need to follow God's path of healing. And directions are kind of, they are put in our lives to protect us and to heal us in some way. Because if I have those boundaries and I, go behind the boundary, God can heal me and I can come back. It's like with possessions. If I have my possession, my house or garden or something, I have fence, right? Why do I need fence? I need fence to show me where my possessions are finished, where someone else's possessions are starting, and so on. So the same is with spiritual life, emotional life, psychological life. We need those boundaries, kind of instructions. Follow this here and you will be healed. And I believe, that God can heal me kind of in the context of 10 commandments. It's amazing thought for me. So I don't know how you pray the commandments, pray, using as a prayer, but in Poland we learn this the way that we first speak the words from Exodus about the God who is salvation. And I just thought, when they were in Egypt, Israelites, they were in Egypt, they were brought out from Egypt with many wonders and healings and stuff. So many things were happening there. Then they went to desert, and then they at one point they got to the point that they finished in the promised land. But this part of wandering, They needed some directions. They needed to be molded by kind of God's direction, God's thought about their lives. And I believe that the commandments um, are given to us as a way to mold us. I just don't know how to follow commandments. Many times I would just fall and I would say, yeah, this, that commandment. I just don't follow that. But if I follow God and allow God to mold my heart, at one point I will realize, yeah, I follow this commandment, not because of me, but because of God who is releasing me from the bondage, who is healing me, and so on. So, yeah, it's amazing. First of all, that what my friend said, that the simple instructions, God's instructions, can help even people who don't believe in God, just to kind of go into this good space of boundaries. But for me as a Christian, the Ten Commandments are simply place to be changed and molded in the image of God.